Hi, I'm Fred Wild. Welcome back to the ATSF Wild Subdivision. This is going to be the first video of probably several documenting the deconstruction of my layout, destruction, depending on how you want to put at it. So let's get to the video. I started by pulling up the track on my storage yard. The first few pieces weren't even pinned down at all. I did separate all the track from the rail joiners. When I got to the last segments, I had to grab my pliers to pull track nails. After pulling the flex track, I then removed the turnouts. When I put the turnouts in, I knew that I would be removing them in the future, and so I used spikes to hold them in place. But I put them out on the ends of the ties so that as I would not put any extra holes in them, that way they would be ready for reuse at a later point. I also used wire to connect the ground throws. That way the hole was in the middle of the throw bar, ready for use with a tortoise machine. Now I'm pulling up the feeders to the tracks. Because this was always meant to be temporary, I soldered wire to the bottom of the rail joiners instead of to the rail. I then pulled up the curve and removed the plywood. I now turn my attention to a part that I am saving. I first clean everything off of it and vacuum it up so that I don't get debris all over the floor. I then removed a turnout that was on a seam in the plywood. I cut the cork at the seam. I unscrewed the top. I removed the Digitrax panel and pulled the staples that held wires to the tabletop. After I turned the board on its side, I disconnected the bus wires and a couple of turnouts that are on a different board. I decided to grab some scrap 2x4 to attach to the bottom. That way I could set this down on the floor without damaging the switch machines. I later added a couple more inches to them, but I did that off camera. I pulled the joists from the wall. So it was at this point that the battery in my camera died. So that's where I'm going to end this video. All you missed was me pulling up that last piece of plywood that I just unscrewed. I did have one injury while moving things around. Unfortunately, I will have to rebuild it. But hopefully the rest of it is salvageable. So thanks for watching.